Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here. I'm here with David Bredan.
Hey everyone.
We're recording another episode of HourTime Show Experiments. This will be the third episode, and just to sort of remind people, HourTime Experiments are where we test new formats, new styles, new show ideas. HourTime used to formerly be a audio-only podcast. We're introducing video now, so you can see what we see on the computer screen. We might be adding more in the future, but for now, this is what we're sort of playing with. And the idea is, of course, to have you vicariously experience the things that we're seeing. And for now, it's what we're seeing on the computer. So David is our senior editor at aBlogtoWatch, and he's here with me in Los Angeles for a little while. You've been here in LA for a while. Did you have some good watch experiences, David?
Absolutely. I mean, I've been here for the last 4 weeks, a little bit more than that, and yeah, it's been a thrill, really. We've been to Vegas. We've been to Chicago actually with 2 different brands, and then I went to San Francisco for WWDC with Apple. So a lot of stuff happening here, for sure, over the last few weeks.
How was the Apple event?
It was great, a new experience for me. I mean, I know you attended before, but it was the first time for me on at any Apple event, and it was interesting. I mean, I could grab the first row seat, so I was really up close there, and it was just interesting to finally be there and not watch it online or
And you've got an Apple Watch on right now.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah,
yes.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, the day has come. It's true, and so far I love it. I mean, it has to be said that I knew that it would be great, and I was interested, to see how how it functions and how I can utilize it on a day-to-day basis, and I've been super happy with it so far.
Well, everyone out there, I just want you to know this is not going to be another show about smartwatches.
Yes,
we know you
true.
love smartwatches. We're not going to talk about that.
Yes.
So today's experiment, we're going to go on a little bit of a hunt. So we're going to choose a couple of directions to take. I'm just staring at these cool pictures of this HYT. I love that loom shot. That's cool because that's liquid.
Awesome. Yes.
I just love that. Anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose a few directions, like I said, to go into. And you're going to do some, what I'll call vicarious shopping with us. And the idea here is, well, you'll see what it is. So we're going to start by trying to, between the two of us, choose the best chronograph watch for $5,000. Now, that could be a watch that's a retail price.
Yes.
That could be used.
Yes.
So we're just going to sort of figure out what's the best we can do, because there's a lot of great chronographs for more than $15,000.
Yeah,
there's some for 5,000.
Yeah,
I'm thinking there are some for 15,000.
Yes, certainly.
And up. And there's ones for obviously less than 5,000. But we're looking for that sort of sweet spot around $5,000. And I was just recently writing about a watch that is about $5,000. It's the Tag Heuer Carrera Caliber 01. I'm just going to type in the Carrera here, so just so everyone knows what we're talking about. This watch, I just looked, the U.S. retail price is $5,300. Now, you did a review on this watch.
Yes,
Here we go.
I did. Yes.
Here's your review on this timepiece. Now, this was, $5,300, this exact model. Now, okay, so let's just say this is sort of a bar. So let's set this a bar.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're not saying this is the world's best chronograph, but this is pretty good.
It's up there.
It's an in-house made movement. It's a pretty good one. Would you say that this has a lot of things that people should be looking for in a chronograph at $5,000?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is, yes. Apart from styling, I mean, obviously this is a very modern-looking chronograph, despite the fact that it has some of the DNA of the original Carrera with the straight locks and all that. It's still very large, and it has everything, everything that, I think people looking for a modern chronograph, are searching for. But here, some people would argue that if they think about a chronograph, it has to be something that's more vintage inspired or more classical. But I agree that this is right up there when it comes to modern ones.
So we should talk about a few things that we're looking for in a $5,000 chronograph. So let's talk about technicality first. Are there features? Are there functions? Like, does it need to be a flyback? I would say no. But like, what is it mechanically that we need to be looking for in a $5,000 chronograph? I'm going to say needs to be an automatic.
Yes, I agree. Or if it's hand-wound, it has to have a see-through case back. You're a fan of automatic winding watches, I know that, but a chronograph, if it's done well...
I've never heard that. You want a see-through case back?
Yeah, for a hand-wound chronograph,
it looks awesome. How many hand-wound chronographs can you think of that don't have a see-through case back?
Not many, but I'm sure there are some weird brands who would say, "Oh, this is a great looking movement. Let's hide it."
There's old
That's
ones,
a
but
thing.
I can't think of any hand wound chronograph right now that I would care about that has like a solid case back.
Yeah, I guess that's right. But unfortunately, we can move on from this point because I can't really think of any hand wound.
I would say that if it's a hand wound chronograph, it needs to have a power reserve indicator.
Yeah, that's true. That's even more rare.
Okay, well, everyone that I'm gonna be looking for, including this tag, is gonna be an automatic. Does it need to have a column wheel? Do we care about this?
Either if it either has a column wheel or it's basically a 7750.
Okay, so that's a different type of transmission system. There are things like column wheels, vertical clutches and things like that, which are great.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say they have to have it. And actually brings up an interesting question in terms of the 7750.
Yeah.
Does it have to have a 77? Like, is the 7750 completely out? Like we just wrote about. We just wrote about a couple days ago this IWC Pilot's Watch chronograph, which was actually also in the vicinity that we're talking about here.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule out the 7750 altogether. I wouldn't say that no, it's definitely out of the question because there are some great watches out there, and if we can find like some iconic design, and actually this is something I already had in mind when we said that we were
so here here's the IWC Pilot's Watch chronograph 3777.
Looks great. Looks timeless.
This is the new version, but it's got a 7750. No display case back, of course. On the strap, it's just under 5.
Yeah.
So let's see what we have here. Oh yeah. So basically 5,000. Another $1,000 for the bracelet.
Yeah, that's a bit steep.
It is a bit steep, but it's got that micro adjust,
which is cool, arguably. Yes.
Okay, so having a 7750 is fine, but that's definitely what I would argue is at the upper level.
Yeah.
Now, what about an El Primero? Because an El Primero is great.
I love the El Primero. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
So let's say, what does an El Primero cost these days? Like you've reviewed Zenith before.
I've reviewed. Last thing I reviewed was the Zenith El Primero original 1969.
And what did that watch cost?
I can't for the life of me remember. Let's look it up.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's it. That watch is bar none amazing. It's that picture actually. I took it with my phone, but that works so well at reproducing or how this watch actually looks on the wrist.
It is a handsome watch. It's
Amazing.
a little small for me, but they make bigger ones. But it looked really good on you. I remember seeing this one.
Yeah, the proportions of this watch is just unbelievable. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is very proportionate. What was this? 38?
Yes, it's. I believe it is 38. If I remember correctly. So you see a nice looking movement.
Oh yes. Honestly, that's for like an industrialized movement. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I've seen some really nasty versions of the 7750. But also some very very nice ones.
Yeah, they make 3 different grades of finishing is available for 7750s. It has.
And that's only the ones coming from ETA. There's all these other ones.
3 different grades, and the 4th one is the top grade with a COSC certification. So if you hear there are 4 different versions of ETA calibers, or especially the 7750.
You really, I know when you like a watch because you take a lot of pictures of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's up there.
Yes.
That's that's about $9,000.
But let's look at it pre-owned, and then because we said we wouldn't rule out watches that are pre-owned.
So let's look on eBay here.
Yeah, let's add 1969 to the search term. I would suggest. Because this way we get basically 90% of Zenith production is called the El Primero.
We don't want something actually from 1969.
No, it's the original 1969. You see, so a lot of modern references.
Okay, so that's a modern one with that sort of open one there.
Yeah. So you see, that's 55. But if you rule out the.
There's a limited edition.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
That is a cool one. I'm trying to see if we can find the exact one. Is that it?
No, that's larger.
Oh, that's the striking 10th.
Which is again really cool.
It was fine.
See, we're struggling here a bit.
It was fine. There's not a lot of them out here. Now we're getting to other kinds of stuff. All right, we have to go, of course, to Joma Shop. We spent a lot of time on Joma Shop. You know what I like about Joma Shop? Joma Shop is a big gray market site. Whether you like gray market is an entirely different conversation that we'll have to chat about. But what I like about them is it's changing a little bit more and more. But it's an easy place to find retail prices.
Yeah.
Like we need to find retail prices.
Brands make it so ridiculous.
I don't want to have
That's
to.
not it.
No, I know. I'm just trying to see here. So here's
50 off. 49% off right there for you. But that's the striking
13. But look, it was 13,000.
Yeah. No, that's. Pff.
I remember this was a hot watch when it came out a few years ago.
It's a hot movement, if we can actually say that.
Hot movement.
It's so hot.
Okay, so it looks like a lot of the modern Zenith El Primeros with that kind of cool vintage look are going to be kind of in the price range.
In the vicinity of 5,000.
A lot of them are out of it.
That's too large. So if you look at this watch, that's how you know it's not 38 and it's not that, because it has more space next to the sub dial.
Is this a 44? That's
a 42. Yeah.
But the 42, I like the way it wears, but you're right. It's not quite as proportionate.
Yeah.
Given the movement size. So, I'm not even going to use the term gray market. I'm just going to say street price.
Yeah, let's say that.
The street price is, okay, so that's within the realm. At least this particular, model right here.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the big question is, can you get
scroll
a
down just a tiny little bit. So, no, I saw it on the bracelet.
It's so amazing because I remember like when these watches came out, it was like such a big deal. Oh, spindrift,
yeah,
carbon. Yeah, $9,100, and then it's like 45% off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the economy is not good right now. But if you're in the market to buy a watch,
it's a buyer's market.
Wow, is it a good time?
Yeah.
Wow, is it a good time?
And if it's that much on a street price, imagine what the resale is on pre-owned. So it has to be lower, because you can argue if someone's selling one of these watches, you can say, I can pick
this
one up
was
new.
a great model. This was a nice model. That's something I would pick up. This thing right here.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Was this an El Primero?
It has the big date on it, and it's a 4010.
Yeah, that's an El Primero. This is a little bit different movement, but there we go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for 42 on this bracelet, yeah, approved.
Okay, so far what have we established? We've got the Tag Heuer.
Yeah, we've got an El Primero, which is
a Zenith El Primero.
Yes.
An IWC Pilot's chronograph watch. I love how watch is part of the name of the watch.
Yeah.
Which makes it really complicated. And then it's possessive, so it's Pilot's chronograph watch.
Yes.
Or Big Pilot's watch. Or the naming schemes are just a little
out of
random.
control. Yeah.
It's a little okay.
So, but you see, when we first said when we got started that we're looking at watches at 5K, I you would immediately think that from the big brands, you cannot rule most of them out, because the retail is like 8,000-9,000, which is what you see here. So you're like, there's no way I can pick up an El Primero for like 5,000, but of course you can. And this, because of the street prices.
I'm gonna look at some Seiko watches.
Okay.
Here. Let's go to Seiko USA. I don't even know if they have the prices here. Now we're looking. What is it? The 6R, I believe, is their mechanical chronograph.
Probably.
We're actually gonna be coming back to this page in a couple of minutes for the next part of the show. Okay, let's hear. Where are we gonna find a chronograph? I guess we'll look at a Grand Seiko chronograph.
They are 5-figure most of the time when it comes to chronographs. Or almost,
okay, so here we go.
9,000, yeah.
So this isn't that one I was talking about, but this is the spring drive chronograph.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it,
spring drive could,
Is there no Grand Seiko chronograph that's not spring drive? That's actually true. There's no purely mechanical Grand Seiko chronograph.
But I was way off there, because I saw their one for 6,500, and what gets confusing here is some are limited editions and they got way more expensive all of a sudden. But if you can pick one up for 6,500 MSRP, that puts you in right around 5,000 street price.
Okay, you know what? Let's go back to our friends let's go to Joma Shop here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Is Grand Seiko its own brand, or is it gonna be under Seiko? I'm guessing it's under Seiko.
Yeah.
Seiko. Alright, let's see what we can find here by oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, there's only 566 of them. Oh, we got to go to make sure.
No, let's arrange them
by automatic.
Yeah.
Boil it down to 6.
No, neither is what we're looking for.
How is this mechanical?
No, this is not. This is just remove that and arrange them by price. Sort them by price. Yeah, there.
Okay, let's see here what's going on.
What?
That's from a long time ago. Okay, I see these out in the wild once in a while. Okay, let's go to eBay. Now you know where we search for stuff. Okay, so Grand Seiko chronograph. I'm guessing it's probably going to be more than 5. Oh, well.
So you see, some are 10, some are 5.
Great conditio.
Yes.
I love conditio. Great conditio.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's one of them. That's one of the funky ones with the crazy pushers.
Yeah.
This is one of the weirdest looking watches that you want to own.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like
oh,
it's
that's
super
so
weird looking.
Awesome. Oh,
Super weird looking. Got that power reserve indicator and a GMT hand for $5,000. But again, that's pre-owned. So I think that one's gonna fall a little bit outside.
Yeah. And frankly, I would go for something with a colored dial. So black and silver is just for me personally.
I love how this says chronograph.
Yeah.
Clearly not a chronograph of any kind. Well, what's interesting is these are rare, right? So look at the ones here. Every single one, as far as I see, is pretty much from Japan.
Yeah.
I actually did see that. I love this one.
Oh yeah.
That's such a great one. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to afford one of these.
Well, we are. I mean, there's one for $5,000 basically.
There's one, but okay. But it's not like even if there's one. What is it? The 6R? Is it the 6R58? Is that no? Why am I forgetting what that movement is? Okay, we need to figure this out. Of course, they make it like difficult as hell.
Oh, of course. Just no. It's like
I'm actually curious. A Daytona. We were talking about the Daytona.
Yes.
And I just want to sort of clarify that one of the reasons that we're talking about the bigger brands is I think that it's a good place to sort of look. Actually, interestingly enough, that's technically a chronograph, nowhere near 5,000. The Yachtmaster 2.
Yeah.
We'll have to have a whole show on the Yachtmaster 2. Oh, there it is. David knows how much I want the GMT Master 2 white gold.
We all want it so bad. It's like I will never forget the moment when it was released, and I thought to myself, okay, this is my next watch. I gotta have this. And then I was looking into it, and it slowly dawned on me, like in the next few minutes after release, that it's white gold only, of course.
Oh, I just remember Steel Daytonas go for ridiculous prices that don't make sense. What about an Omega? Like a Speedmaster?
Yes.
Or is that just like too obvious of a choice?
It is rather obvious, it's true.
Okay,
so the Seiko movement that we may be looking for is the NE88. Because I'm doing some research here in the meantime.
NE?
NE88 is what I'm
pretty sure that's quartz.
No, it's not.
The NE88?
Yeah, Seiko yeah, NE88. Let's look it up. Yeah. They're selling this movement, so it's like
with a Vostok. That's
they used it. Yeah, no, not.
Oh, the NE88 is the name they call it when they sell it outside.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
pretty sure these are. Yeah, but Seiko themselves call it something else.
Of course they do.
Or we can get a Zikor. Zikor?
It's like
Zicker. I'm gonna not include Zicker in our lineup. Okay, so here's the thing. There is a bazillion Omega chronographs, and I actually think that the Speedmaster Mark II is an excellent choice. 224 chronographs, and they're all going to be Speedmasters. A couple of them. No. I'd say that actually for the money, you can get a great Omega. The Speedmaster Racing is a little small for me. It's 40. So here's the Dark Side of the Moon, but I think that one's going to be a little bit more because it's obviously in ceramic.
Yeah, you're not picking those up for 5, not even pre-owned.
No, but something with the 9100. Here we go. Hey, 53.
Yeah, almost there.
Okay. This is something that I would definitely do.
So this is something you should consider if you want a Speedmaster with an in-house movement.
Yeah, and it's almost 9,000 retail.
Yeah.
And again, it's...
I'm not a fan of that watch, to be brutally honest.
Honest.
But it's just somehow it doesn't add up to me for me. But
I know why you don't like it.
Why?
You don't feel like it's proportional enough.
Yes, it's like... And it's not
same movement in the Planet Ocean
I love the Planet Oceans.
Exactly. It looks
that
better.
watch is amazing, and people are saying, "Oh, it's a hockey puck and all that." And yes, it's large. It's a large watch. It's a loud watch in an aesthetic sense of the word, but I just love it. Not perhaps in this colorway, but it's awesome. I mean, it looks amazing. If you hold it in your hand and you get to check it out in the metal, I think it's right up there.
They just came out with a new version of these for 2016. There you go. Just a lot of really subtle little updates, but it's the best Seamaster Planet Ocean chronograph ever, and the new movement, which is the 99 master coaxial or master chronometer, means it's completely anti-magnetic. This would be a hard one to pass up. It looks cool. It's not for everyone. Some people are like, it's ugly. I'm like, if you think it's ugly, fine. I'm not going to try to convince you it's not. I don't think it's ugly. What do they want for these? About $9,000 bucks?
Yeah, it's going to be up there.
Boom. Starts at 89. Man, that's a lot of money.
Yes. But the other one was actually 89 as well, and we saw it going for 53. I'm not sure if this is ever going to go for that much, because it's, well, and of course not anytime soon.
I mean, this one, again, this is already a few years old. I think this originally came out in 2011, maybe?
Yeah, so this was 82, and now it's a little bit over 5,000. So wait around a little bit, and you may be able to pick up one of these master chronometer ones.
But, like, one of these Omega chronographs is great. Who are we missing? I feel like we're missing someone that makes good chronographs. I mean, there's not that many companies that make in-house chronographs.
Yeah, in-house, true.
There's some good Conceptos. There's some good Dubois de Praz.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the thing is here, I'm sure actually the comments, our listeners will point out and numerous ones where we will be like, oh, how could we forget that one? But altogether, I think we have covered the basics and covered some of the...
You know what I want to say, actually? Some of the Bell & Rosses. Mm-hmm. Bell & Ross does a great... Actually, I wish... a Type 21.
That's
like
funny. I was just thinking about Breguet as
I
well.
love this watch a lot, but it's not going to be 5.
Yeah.
I mean, look, even this one in steel, still. I mean, this is a great watch, but it's 13.4. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I like a lot that I thought was a fantastic watch was the Zinn EZM10.
Yes. I was actually going to suggest drifting towards some of these smaller brands.
This was about 6, I think.
That's a fantastic watch right there.
It's great. I love this watch. It's 5290 on the strap.
Boom! There you go.
Perfect. Perfect. And then you know what? Also the Tutima M2, which retails for I think 61.
Yeah, let's just stay with this one for one more second because we have established that it's great. But let's just elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, I want to mention something that's actually very similar about this and the Breguet. If you look at the dial, they have the exact same functionality. So you have central minutes, central seconds chronograph, and you have a synchronized 24-hour dot hand. So basically an AM/PM indicator. And the Zinn, same thing. Synchronized 24-hour hand, central minutes, central seconds, date, of course. This is the exact same functionality. Of course, different movements.
Yes.
But same exact functionality.
That's really interesting. That's crazy.
And the Tutima.
Well spotted. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Tutima as well. Central seconds, and that's all based on the Lemania 5100. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna find a watch. Let's see something with Lemania 5100.
Yeah, so if you're looking into something vintage, boom, there you go, right there.
These were cool movements, but I don't know that I'd be really excited about getting something with a Lemania 5100 today. They stopped making it for a reason. Let's put it that way. And one of the things about this, the 5100, when you wind it, something about the system. I love it's like all Zinn and like Porsche design. It's like all in some Omegas. It's like all the same stuff. But when you wound it, you could actually feel how the system struggled with the automatic rotor. So when you turned the crown, the automatic rotor would sometimes like move as well.
Yes.
It was really weird. It was
that happens on other movements as well, to be fair.
I've never seen that on anything but a 5100.
Really?
I believe
I see
you.
that almost all the time.
Really?
It happens frequently. It's true.
Okay,
it's
before we move on, I'd like that we spend so much time on this. Before we move on, let's talk about one last one that I think makes sense, and that's the Breitling.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
The B01 with the B01. Yeah.
Yeah. So
solid watch, super solid watch.
People don't give Breitling enough credit sometimes, but I mean they're awesome. So let's look at. Oh, here we go. Navitimer. That's the one with the 7750 with the GMT hand. Still up there.
I'm all for the Chronomat actually. The Navitimer is
the Chronomat.
Yeah, for some I guess. Yeah, the Chronomat is just.
Well, the Chronomat that has the 01 movement. That's I don't think you're gonna find one of those for $5. I think that's.
It's not. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit above. But
let's see. Let's find our experts on eBay here.
Mm.
Breitling Chronomat 01.
46. There you go.
Okay, but that's like okay. So that's just the So that's just the chronograph. The 04 is the one with the GMT. Okay, the Chronomat 44. So doable. Okay, so I think we've established a lot of really good chronographs for about $5,000.
Yes, I think we have.
Okay.
But we are looking forward to your feedback in the comments as well. You know, whatever suggestions you may have based on what you've been eyeing with or you actually own and you would recommend.
So we actually thought what we were going to do is go over like a bunch of different types of searches, like, you know, chronographs for 5,000 or otherwise. But, you know, we spent about a half hour or so talking about this. Since we only have a couple of minutes left of what I want to do for this episode, I'm actually going to just keep going with this rather than try to pick up an entirely different topic that we can do for a different episode. Okay, so let's get a little bit more exotic. We've been talking about pretty major brands.
Yes, we have.
What's something that's a little bit weirder, that's a chronograph, that's still cool?
Alan Silverstein springs to mind. I'm not sure what the retail is for one of them.
Okay. Alan Silverstein. Oh yeah, I'll just put in. Oh, they're all pretty much. Okay, there we go. With the 7751. There we same
These
thing.
designs are just amazing. I mean, even you love it or you hate it. I don't think that there's anything in between.
There was I forgot the name of it. The square watch.
It was. Let's see what.
It was a really cool one. It was a lot. It was like 13,000. There we go. This guy right here. Oh, the iChrono. I thought these were amazing looking.
Yes.
I wonder if that's on there. Let's see if there's an iChrono.
Yeah, let's search.
Because that would be a good buy. Yeah, no iChrono.
But even that one with the longer rectangular case is pretty cool. Yeah, right there, the third one.
That one?
I like that. That one I like, but
the
round ones, of course, I would go for one with a round case. But here this one is pretty nifty.
Okay? I'm trying to think. Anything else in house?
In house,
like we care.
Do we? Yeah, you see, because you were saying like something more exotic. This is it. I like this path we're going down on with this thing here. Alpina, yes.
Well, no, they came out with an in-house movement.
I know. Yeah, there it is.
The Alpiner.
But
I forget the retail. This was under $5, or this was about $5.
Yeah, I remember we saw this last year at Basel, like 2015.
It's honestly, it's a
modular,
cool
but in-house.
Watch.
Yes. I believe it was modular.
Yeah, I think it was a module as well.
It was 44.25 or something like that.
Okay, that's about 48.95. There we go. Okay, so that's
great looking watch.
That's the retail price.
Great looking watch. Sort of a panda look to it. I mean, not exactly, but this is a really solid alternative to something like if you like a classical, very versatile design. I think this is it. Well, I'm not a fan of it on the strap, to be honest. Right here, I'm not a fan of that. But on the bracelet, it looks really sharp.
Well, one thing here you have to realize is this is basically a 30-minute chronograph, because this subdial here is the date.
Yes.
And I've always felt, and again, it's just an additional wheel or a couple of gears in there, but like going from a 12-hour chronograph to just a 30-minute one.
Yeah, that's
super big difference.
Yes.
Like a 30-minute chronograph is just to be like, hey, I have a chronograph.
Yeah. I see what you mean. And actually, I'm all for 12-hour or maybe sometimes even 24-hour chronographs because it's so much more useful. Like one thing I like to time is flights, or if I drive somewhere far away, like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, I've never been on a 30-minute flight. Ever.
Yeah, never. And I don't care for anything that's like it's 30 minutes.
What about Jaeger? Let's see if we got anything good for 5.
I'm curious to see what we find. I mean, there's the duometre. Unfortunately, it
Not
goes for
even close.
a little bit over.
Because some of these sport watches,
Yes.
like the Master Compressor Deep Sea, which was a gorgeous watch.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
look
you
at
see
that.
if
So
you
it's about 10 grand.
Over 10, almost 11.
Why is it so much money?
Yeah.
See,
Oh no. But this watch is amazing. I mean, it looks fantastic.
It
really
does look fantastic.
And like if you pick one of these up, it's going to look awesome 10, or whatever years down the road.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Jaeger is going to be out of the picture here. I wish that's a cool the Master Compressor Extreme Lab 2.
Yeah, 50,000.
Okay, well, that's the time we're going to put into this episode. If you like this episode on best chronographs for $5,000, let us know. Again, this is Our Time. I'm Ariel Adams, and I'm here with David Bredan, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.